Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next session of Dungeons and Dragons. This one I am running. Don't worry, we're not doing another one shot yet. Not run by anyone else anyway. We're gonna just get straight into it. I think everyone, Grim, you just need to go on to Roll20, load yourself up. Okay, and then we can get started. So I'm going to unmute everyone else so that everyone can be heard. Hello there. So everyone can be heard. So where we left off. You guys had been arrested for some unknown reason, which you find out at the end, and teleported to a mysterious sort of plane and made to fight against other people. At the end of this, you're all given a different item each, some of them useful, some of them not so useful, depending on your character. And you then were teleported back. The character you met, I've got a question. Who was carrying the party funds?
I think we ever established who's carrying party funds.
Well, we need to establish who was carrying party funds.
Well, from now on, I think it's going to be me.
Okay, well, we'll say that you picked them up, so I need you to make a perception check. I'm having to retcon a little bit because I forgot to do it yesterday, so perception check. Okay, so let me find his character sheet a second. Alright, that's fine. Good to know. So, after you'd all got teleported out, he possessed, just before that, he possessed Grim and made him do some stupid shit, which was absolutely hilarious on my part. I am so sorry I did that to you. I couldn't resist.
I really think you're that sorry.
I'm really not sorry at all. But anyway, so you all then, he then transformed into his weapon to make Valavia, the captain of the guard at Waterdeep, think he was dead. He never told you why he did that. He just sort of web-slinged out of there, because he was basically Spider-Man with a weaponized arm. Which I thought was a pretty cool character design, and I'm so glad that we found that. So, just after he went, that's where we left off, you were told that the reason why you were all arrested, I do the air quotations over that, was to prove that you were powerful enough to help them if they ever needed you in the future, and to prove that you were all trustworthy. That is where we left off, and what would you guys like to do?
Are we still speaking?
We're going to.
No, Peter's gone.
Okay, but he has given us the stuff or not?
You've all got your stuff
Salem.
back. Yeah, he gave you all your stuff first.
Okay.
Salem. So how about we go to the blacksmith and make the armor?
If that was actually the tanner who makes the armor.
Actually, there was both. You needed to go to both.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go to the blacksmith first then.
Okay, so you head back to the blacksmith, and the same guy is waiting for you. The human, bushy white beard, white hair. He's just sitting at his desk this time, and there's a new face in there. There's a small halfling by the name of Gilbert. You'll know this in a minute, but there's a small halfling. He's about 4'3", 4'4". So even for a halfling, he's sort of kind of small, and he's sort of currently what looks to be like studying. As you guys walk in, John, the blacksmith, recognizes you all instantly, and he looks towards you all and is like, "Ah, I see you returned. I have the armor that was commissioned." In which he then looks over to Gilbert. He's like, "Gilbert, fetch me the armor that I finished making earlier." In which you see Gilbert run off just to sort of like a storeroom. When he comes back, you can see he's kind of struggling to hold up this armor. For a halfling, it's a case of he probably isn't going to be the one carrying it most of the time. He's probably studying to actually create himself. So, Zarakas, you can now mark on half-plate armor.
Yep.
He then looks at the rest of you. Was there anything else that any of you would like?
We actually came here on a very specific reason. We've got a question for you. Salem, could you show him the
take out the Umber Hulk hide.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have this material. Would you be able to make an armor out of it?
He sort of analyzes it and has a look at it. He was like, "Well, this is more of a hide. This would be more for Edward next door. However, I think he might be able to do something for it. You'd have to take it to him and have a look. Like, I work in metal, not hide."
Okay. Then I have a question for you.
Yes.
What is the heaviest armor you can possibly make?
The heaviest armor. I am not prepared. Give me a second to load it up. God damn it, Grim.
Technically, it's plate. It's full plate.
So full plate. Okay. Well, the heaviest armor is basically just a full version of what you have now.
Okay. Just
45 pounds, 18 AC.
Which is basically what you've got already. All full plate is just a heavier version of what you've got now.
Yeah. Half plate is 17 plus a maximum dex modifier of +2.
So for him it would be 19.
Yeah, wherein full plate is just flat 18 AC, no dex bonuses.
Okay, thank you for that. So the blacksmith looks at you. It's like, I can make you some full plate, but looking by the way you're built, the half plate's probably better for you.
So, in that case, would you be able to upgrade this half plate armor, or is this the best you can do?
Well, that is the best that I can make with half plate. You would have to try and find some sort of mage to hopefully try and enchant it to make it any better.
Do you know any?
He grabs a little book out of from underneath the desk he was sitting at, and he just starts flicking through it to see. And I'm seeing if I've written anything like that yet. Okay. He's like, well, in this little section where I predominantly work, I haven't met any of them. I know that there are some in the North Ward. There's also others in other places. I'm pretty sure there was one in Parabor.
Okay.
But yes, there's not many people that I know that could do that. I just work in making the armor.
Okay.
If I may chime in, technically speaking, the major if we're talking non-magical like upgrades, like the type that a regular blacksmith could do, the biggest one would be making the same armor you have, but out of adamantite.
Alright.
Or mithril.
And I assume that he doesn't have these materials.
Currently, he doesn't have these materials, which is why I said no.
That's what I thought.
Don't worry, I know of the different items because Salem's got adamantine armor.
Okay. So, okay, then I assume that's it. Or, just 1 second. I still have my helm, right?
Yes, you still have the helm of teleportation.
Any real protection? Can I ask him for him to reinforce it so I can have some protection with that?
You can certainly try.
That's what I do then. In that case, I'll just take off the helmet and I show it to him and ask him if he can reinforce it so it's more protective.
He looks. He takes it from you. Let's see. Let me do something. He's like, this is a fine piece of work. This is enchanted, correct?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I made him roll an Arcana check to see if he could pick it up, and it was a tough one because he's not a magic person. He explains that if you try to tamper with it, it could disrupt the enchantment to the point where it gets rid of the enchantment. So he recommends that you leave it as it is.
Okay then. Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you would all like? No?
Would I come to you to get my armor studded or go next door?
That would be something for next door. He works in anything to do with the lighter side of armors.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me, there's actually something I would like to purchase.
Yes?
do you have what kind of bolts for a crossbow do you have, or would this be which shop could I purchase those at?
Well, I don't sell the bolts here. I do craft them. However, they go to one of these stores just around the corner. I don't have a name for the store yet. I didn't think of that. I'm an idiot. I'm not as prepared as I thought I was. But he explains it that
will make you less prepared.
you do it and you're finding Tarax very quickly. I'm joking. But he explains how there is a shop not too far, like sort of 5-10 minute walk, in which you can purchase them.
Mm-hmm.
And he also says that they would be standard prices for them, like sort of what you'd expect.
I've got a question for you. Is there any way I could obtain these items without actually mining them? Can I go to like a seller or a trader that I will be able to buy them with? Do you have anyone like that?
Well, around here there is no one that would sell those. Otherwise, I would have the items already that you require. It's more of a case of it's hard to find. There's minimal chance that you'll be able to buy it off anyone, and if you will, it will be very expensive. Your best chance is to try and find somewhere to mine them.
Okay.
So
That's
should
it.
we head next door now?
Yeah. Thank you then. I'll leave you be.
No problem. You sort of, as you leave, you hear him shouting to Gilbert. You hear some clanking of metal, and you just hear him shout, "Gilbert, pick those up properly now." You just sort of, you faintly hear Gilbert's voice. I'm sorry, and then you hear the thing. So you go next door.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. As you turn up to the tanner, Edward's Tanners, and it's literally just called Edward. I couldn't be asked to come up with a proper name for it. The door is partially ajar. Do you walk in?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. You notice that there is no one currently in there that you can see.
Is there a bell or anything that I can ring?
Make a perception check.
Smash that bell, Simon.
Yeah, make me a perception check. 19. Yes, there is a bell. It's a very shiny bell.
Smash that bell.
What do you do? There's a bell there.
Said I ring it!
Oh, I didn't hear. Okay, so you ring the bell. You wait a couple of moments. You ring it again. At the third time you ring, he's like, give me a second. You hear him sort of putting things down and sort of rummaging through paperwork and everything. He peeks his head out of the storeroom, which is directly behind his desk. He's like, you've returned. Disappears straight back and comes back holding quite a bit. He's got the cloak, the studded leather, and the 2 studded leathers that you'd already commissioned in previous session. And he was like, I have your items for you.
Yeah. So far. Oh yeah. I've got those.
He hands you all your different items. So, Fendal.
You're cutting out.
Sorry, Fendal. You've got now your studded leather with the holy symbol on it. Now, whenever you've got to cast a spell that I think it uses somatic, which is for what your holy symbol for material, you don't actually have to move your hand anywhere. You can just cast it. It is part of your thing.
I can already do that.
Yeah, but normally you reach up to your holy symbol, but this is now an easier way.
I was gonna say because I have Warcaster.
Ah.
Yeah, Warcaster is very good for a cleric.
Also, studded leather was really bad for me because that drops my AC by like 5 points.
That's what you asked for.
No, I didn't.
What did you ask for?
No.
I didn't ask for studded leather. I wear heavy armor.
Heavy armor. Well, you said that you wanted the thing put on, and I just assumed that that's what you're asking because that's what we were all talking about at the time.
I don't remember asking for studded leather.
I
A
think
whole
that
single
was.
You asked for it to be
Urkel.
put on something. I don't remember what you said it to be put on.
Specifying.
I don't. I honestly, I don't remember.
Urkel,
What-
I
right,
think
okay, Let's work on that. What did you ask for it to be put on?
I don't remember asking for anything because I asked if they could make the axe better or make my hammer better. They said no. I asked if they could make my armor better. They said no. So I said, all right, no big deal then.
I swear you asked for something to do with your holy symbol.
Yeah.
Another cleric, I think, asked for
Yeah,
it.
that was
Yeah,
Urkel.
we have another one.
So it was
Yeah.
Urkel. Okay, well, you get your Urkel then, it's yours. That's I get confused over who asked for what, okay? Especially when there's two fucking clerics.
Yeah, the difference between Denton and me is that I'm a Dex cleric and Dex Wisdom cleric, and he's, I think, strength based more.
Okay,
Very much strength, yes.
so let's redo that. So he's only got the 2 items then. He hands Salem your cloak with the wolf pelt hood.
Hey,
It just looks at you with slight confusion as to why you even asked for that in the first place. He then goes over to Urkel and hands you your studded leather armor with your fucking holy symbol because I got mixed up.
Salem,
Thank you, sir.
would you pass me the Umber
Oh.
Hulk hide?
they hand him the Umber Hulk hide.
So, we came across this strange creature and we've harvested some materials from it. Would you be able to do anything with this? I show him the Umber Hulk armor, the Umber Hulk hide.
He looks at it as and he sort of stares at you all as you managed to kill this with ease. You don't look like he sort of gives you that look as if, how the hell did this group of weirdos, to be honest, be able to kill something like that? And he just sort of looks at you as I could make armor out of it. It would take a little while as I would have to prepare it and then actually try and craft with it.
Okay, I've got a question for you then. Will it be better than this? And I just found my chest showing the half plate.
No.
In that case, I'll pass. What about you, Salem?
Just hold on to this then.
Okay, is there anything else that any of you would like?
Wait, did I get my studded leather? Did I get my studded leather?
Demetrio, you haven't asked for it yet.
Oh, never mind, I
Remember?
did. I
We
thought it-
messaged
Did
about
I?
it. You messaged me about asking for it, but
Okay. But yeah,
we never got
Dimitri's
around
gonna
to it.
ask.
Oh, cool.
He's gonna say, "Can I said this before we left, but I would like to get my own leather armor studded."
I would like to go outside.
You know what? I'm going to make use of this other studded leather armor that I said about. He just sort of looks at you as I have some studded leather that you can have now if you would like to trade it.
Well, I did wear this one in a bit.
Yes, I
if
can
you see, yeah.
Oh, cool.
You're always
yeah.
getting into trouble, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask something of Urkel. Urkel, your studied leather is fine, but would you like to make some Umber Hulk hide armor instead?
This
It would just make ordinary hide armor.
Now that's very much a downgrade for me.
Yeah.
Okay then. Let's just sell it somewhere. That's it.
You could find another use for it.
I'm keeping it.
Okay.
Keeping it.
Yeah.
Well, to be
Yeah.
honest, what's it called? Gold is not an issue.
Yeah.
We could
I'll
make
just-
a traveling.
I'll just
traveling
replace my
cloth.
leather armor. I'll just replace my
Sell
leather
the
armor with
Umber
the
Hulk
studded one.
head.
He looks at you,
I'm still the Umber Hulk
and Edward looks at you as it's on the house. You've done enough for me in the past. It's the least I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything
Okay.
else anyone would be liking?
I would like to go and find that mage then
In the
to
North
enchant
Ward.
my armor.
So
Yeah.
you said that there was. He said that there was possibly one in the North Ward. He wasn't too sure, but he's definitely heard of one where you came from originally.
Okay.
He doesn't
So-
sell any arrows or bolts, right?
No, here you look around and you don't notice any.
Okay. Would anybody come with me for, like, I don't know, just...
Okay, give me a second. So
Company.
where's I need to
Come
work
with
out
you.
where everyone's going. So where's everyone going?
I'm going to find that mage.
What mage?
The one to get his armor enchanted that was mentioned that there could be possible mage in the North Ward.
Oh, I'm going with you.
Oh,
Mhm.
that sounds interesting.
Everybody's just
Is
going there.
everyone just going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't split the party.
You're
By
in
the
a
way,
town.
on
Much of an
On the
issue
way
with
there.
it.
Might as well, right?
Mm.
on the way there, I would like to check my bags.
Okay. You're the one carrying the gold, correct?
Oh, fuck you.
So, you look in the as you're walking towards the North Ward, you check your bags, you check the where you had all the party gold stored, and you notice quite a bit missing.
How much
Mark
is
off
missing?
3,000 gold.
Ah,
Oh, fuck.
So,
it's-
considering that we have 18,000, I don't think that's like an issue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But still.
What's up?
well, there's 3,000 gold missing, but nothing else.
What
Yeah,
did you just say?
there's 3,000 gold missing. Of our shared funds.
Did you?
No, I
How
didn't
did you
take it.
lose it?
I didn't lose it. It was just gone.
Just
Obviously, it was stolen, and obviously, you lost it then.
Well, I'm of a different opinion, but I don't think it matters anyway.
Better.
who would steal from us? Like in their right mind, who would put you?
Probably the guy that we
Carrying an
were.
Umber Hulk head on my back. Who in their right mind would steal from us?
I think the guy we met in the, however we want to call it, other
Oh,
plane.
Peter.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, he's gone and the gold is gone. Seems like a perfect fit.
Yeah,
True.
I wouldn't put it past him either.
And he kind of seemed like a person that would steal.
Why do you think that?
I mean,
He's a giant dick.
yes.
Why?
okay.
What do you mean? Apart from the fact that we nearly like choked him to death in that one little house, but what else did he do? Like,
I mean, he killed
Did
people.
try- We did try and kill him, like,
Yeah, he might have seen it as like compensation.
compensation. Oh, well, in that case, I'm gonna have his head bolted to the wall of our manor when I find him.
take his
I
head off.
mean-
I want to take his head off.
So wait, you guys are talking about the guy who went to that island with you?
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
talking about Peter.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I heard he was a bit of a dick.
What did he do to you? Come on.
He hasn't done anything to me. I've just heard Valavia talking about him a bit before. Well,
She never
You were all
said
gone.
anything to why he was arrested.
Yeah.
She only said that he did something that he was even if he came out of this place alive, he was still going to be killed.
yeah.
Oh, another reason to find him.
He was
Well,
a
I
severely
mean-
wanted criminal.
Ooh.
Everyone, make me a perception check. Actually,
I don't like dealing with people that are convicted of things that are so bad. Not even.
okay, this is hilarious. The only person that notices anything is the guy that already knew a little bit about him. You notice as you're walking towards the North Ward, as you sort of get to roughly where
And
I'm
Alice
now,
has 19.
you notice a wanted poster.
No, that was my first perception check. The
Yeah.
one that he asked us to do right now is an 8.
Yeah, you notice a wanted poster with a crudely drawn version of him on it.
Okay.
Mhm. This
Well,
is
he
right
has a
up my
different
alley.
name.
Mhm.
On
So
it, you see the name Nutok. Who is it that speaks Draconic? Let me have a look. So Fendel, you recognise this name to? Oh shit! I can't remember what it translated to now. Give me a second.
What?
DM problems.
I sort of forgot to write down what his name translates to in Draconic.
Well, I think
Okay.
You notice his name translates to something in Draconic. Once I've got it up, I will.
Ah, fuck, his name means fish. You poor motherfucker!
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. No, nothing. Just nothing.
well, guys, what do you think? I would be in favor of having him arrested and
Yeah. What's
prosecute.
the reward for him?
No, we shouldn't kill him.
Yeah,
well, first
I wonder
of all,
what-
he's wanted. You
Who's
see
gonna
that it doesn't
get
say
killed
wanted, it just
anyway?
said wanted alive.
Hmm.
We,
The reward
well,
is
ain't that a
5,000 gold.
shame? I don't care for
Okay,
the reward.
his name translates to the unknown.
well,
So
let's call him Peter. That's
I mean-
amazing.
yes,
Alright then.
Dimitri just takes the poster off the wall. Maybe we could get a bit more for it.
you notice another one just turned up in its place.
Still.
Like, so you've got one in your hand, and then there's also still one there.
Hope no one else went after him first. And he just curls the paper up and just puts it in his bag.
Well, what is the next law enforcement body nearby? Does anybody know? I'm not familiar with this part.
Dimitro, you would
Me.
know that the main law enforcement is who you were all dealing with in the first place, and that there are small buildings based in each ward designated to them. You also do notice that every now and then you do see some guards just walking by.
Okay,
Yeah.
the next guard I see walking by, I would like to approach him.
Okay, so
Wait.
you don't see another guard until you get to. Oh shit! No, I don't want to crunch your stupid laptop.
I've got a
I was about to ping something, and then my laptop decided, you know what? You're gonna be watching anime.
if in that case, how did he teleport straight back?
He possessed you.
Couldn't form, remember?
Yeah.
Excuse me. What?
Yeah.
His weapon
Did he do?
form.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was in
it's-
his weapon form.
Somebody said that I was possessed.
Well,
Yeah,
at least
you were
that's
possessed
what
by
it
him.
looked like.
You
I
don't
can-
remember anything about when you were possessed, do you?
It was just an
Make me
accident.
a wisdom check, Zarakis.
Oh, wisdom
You don't
save,
remember
sorry.
anything.
Wait, that's wisdom save, not wisdom check.
Still, I'm pretty sure you get the same modifier for it.
No, actually, you
Oh, no,
get
you've got that.
proficiency sometimes.
Yeah. So make me a wisdom check. So just press the word wisdom.
There we go.
So it's +2. I'm taking the first roll still because
Bullshit!
I'd already said okay. Okay. Either way, you don't remember shit.
Oh, thank God.
DC was 20,
Well, I
That
tell
was-
him
that is
everything
BS.
that happened.
and that's not my DC either. That is the DC that
It
was given
is.
to me.
You just quickly start walking away.
I tell him everything that happened in very
The
detailed.
part about where I pulled down his
I'm-
pants.
Yeah, tell him that as well.
Basically, what Zarakis looks
Quickly
like
walking
now.
away.
You know how what's it called? Salem has the she has a different version of the Berserker Rage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zarakis' expression doesn't and Salem's thing is not even on the same level of anger.
Oh, this is hilarious. I am so sorry, Grim. I had to do something funny.
Yeah.
We should
Well-
try and inform the law enforcement this
Oh.
person.
I wonder who caught him in the first place. Wonder why he was in prison if he's so wanted and infamous. Just wonder who caught him in the first place because that doesn't seem like something a normal guard would be capable of.
Well, I mean, maybe
Well,
he
they
takes-
had no idea about his weapon form, which is why as you're saying this, you remember that his right arm was actually encased in a metal casing, and every now and then you did see a little shadow try and escape from it, but it just wouldn't work.
Guys, I don't care what anybody else thinks. I am not taking him alive.
Well,
I wasn't planning on
but,
that either.
we get money.
I would like to take him alive in order
I would like
for
to
him
kill
to be
Him
tried.
too, but we get money.
It will get our 3,000 back and more that he carries and sell pretty much everything that he owns.
The money doesn't
We
matter.
will get it. So the money doesn't really matter to me no more in this case.
It matters to me. It matters to me. It's
In
part of our
that
trade.
case, I'll pay you for it.
But I still
How
am
much?
opposed to killing him. But we can talk. I mean, he might change his ways at some point.
You might.
I don't think he's going to.
Really?
Yeah,
I really don't
think
he's going
either.
to.
But are we able to judge that?
Okay. Okay. In that case, let's do it democratically. How about we vote on it?
No, we can just find him first and then see what happens.
He
Trust
tries to
me.
kill us, we kill him back.
Are you walking while talking, or have you all stopped to talk?
We'll
I think
stop
so.
for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because we're stopped at the, what's it called, the wanted poster, right? So we're still
Yeah, you
standing.
stopped at the wanted poster, which is about. I was going to ping it earlier, which is about here. The center of where that ping was.
Okay.
Do we?
In that case, no point of getting even more angry. Let's just find this mage.
Okay, Zarakis, as you're the main one looking, make me an investigation check with advantage because of all your friends probably helping you.
Yeah.
So make an investigation
Yep.
check and take the high of the two.
Ah, natural.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
You, while standing still, like before you even think about moving away from you are, you take a quick look around, and somehow, even though you've seen what they're supposed to look like from the one in Parabor, you manage to spot it out instantly.
Yeah. I just call out to the entire group, guys, we don't have to walk anymore, it's over
Didn't
there.
even need advantage on it. That's the best thing. Like that's brilliant. You did that
Yeah.
on your own
So-
before everyone even thought about looking. You found it.
Well,
Well,
basically, maybe it was because I just was so angry that I was
You were
just
so
like,
angry.
oh, it's over
Like
there.
the anger helped you concentrate, and next thing you know, that's where I need to go.
Yeah. So, guys, it's over there. We can just go in there. So we walk in. Let's see who's inside.
You get to the door, you go to open the door, and it's locked.
I knock.
Yeah, knock.
You knock. A couple of moments pass, and suddenly you hear a voice. Just from you barely hear it muffled through the door. Just a minute, please. Couple moments. Pass.
Locking the door is bad for business.
She doesn't hear you. You heard a female voice. I'm just saying that, and it's probably not the best female voice, but I'm doing my best.
Look at the guys. I'm like, do all of the women here sound the same, or is it just me?
Shut up. As a guy, it is hard to do female voices. Okay.
No, it's just you.
Very male voices.
Yeah, it's just you.
Right, I'm shit at doing voices. Okay.
I think we have our next running gag.
Oh my god, I hate you all. I hate you all.
Oh, ain't that sad?
I'm not even sorry. Just not in the slightest.
Disadvantage on your next check or attack.
Shut up.
You have a negative inspiration.
Yeah. On your next roll, you have to roll a d6 and take it away from the overall. If you roll less than a 3, it's
Okay.
a 3.
Okay. I stopped laughing. So, we
Alright.
came here because we heard that
she
you
hasn't opened the door yet.
chance
She
to
hasn't
put
opened the door yet.
Mm.
You're still waiting for her to open the door.
I
Can
knock
you
again.
open the doors, please?
I said just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You hear
It's
a number
urgent.
of bolts and keys being twiddled within the door, and then someone make me an arcana. Someone who's proficient in arcana, make me an arcana check.
Hello.
I won't.
Oh.
Go fuck yourself, Grim.
You were nasty to me last time. I think the game is trying to compensate.
Go fuck yourself, Grim. God damn it. So, you both notice some sort of enchantment on the door, and as the last key goes, you notice the enchantment suddenly fades. She opens the door, and you see a... Where's it gone? I've lost the character. Fuck. Okay, you see a wood elf, sort of brown hair, sort of medium sort of length, like sort of just below her shoulders, bright blue eyes, and sort of like you can tell she's definitely of elvish descent, and she looks at you and it's like, sorry, I was on my break. You know, it's a cigarette in her hand just because I'm smoking, and it gives me an excuse to be quiet a couple of times.
Would you by any chance have a spare one?
Does she?
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry. This is my last one.
Mm,
I've got to go out and get some more later.
okay. Would you be able to tell me where I could buy more?
No.
What?
She looks at you with a very smug grin on her face.
What?
Is she pure elven descent?
Get her
or-
Yes,
attention.
she's a wood elf.
Okay.
Attention. We're
Okay.
actually here because somebody wants their armor enchanted.
I'm
Oh.
sorry we've disturbed.
Perfect. I can do that for you. It might take a bit of time. What sort of enchantment were you thinking?
What enchantment can you do?
I can. It depends on how long you're willing to take and how much money you're willing to spend.
Okay. Up front, I'm telling you, I can spend 3,000 gold on this enchantment. On
So,
just this one.
3,000. That could get you either. I could give you resistance to a couple of one of two or three different elements, or I could possibly make it so that it can protect you a little bit more. Have a
Okay.
small magic barrier over it.
Okay, and that would be exactly 3,000, or is this just a roundabout price?
Well, for the resistance, it depends on which one you want. They range from 2,500 for some of the basic ones, like for resistance to weapons that can sort of heavy hit, some that can try and cause cuts, and some that just pierce through everything. I can give you basic protection for those. That would cost about per enchantment, each one would cost 2,700. I could only do one at the moment, as they take a while. It would also
Okay,
take you. It would also take a few days.
Alright.
Demetrio comes for a moment and just leans down to Salem. Hey, I have a hunch on something. Show her the Umberhulk hide. Ask her to because I have a hunch on something.
Are you trying to get it to
Yeah.
identify the Umberhulk hide?
Yeah.
Hold tight, and I look at Demetrio waiting for.
to be an Umberhulk hide.
She,
Tell me what to do.
I don't
she,
think it's magical.
She looks at you when you're
Could
handing
be.
her the Umberhulk hide, and is and asks, "Why are you showing me this?"
Because it came from a beast that mainly used psychic based attacks. So I don't know.
The
It-
Umberhulk,
it-
it is something that they can do. That is one of
Yeah.
their natural abilities. Their hide is
Hmm.
not enchanted. It never has been. It is just plain hide.
Okay.
Just as
Yeah.
sturdy as most hides you can get.
And I also have a question, and this is going to be a very, kind of
By the way,
personal
but
question.
when they were
Guys,
talking, they also she also explained that for basically a +1 enchantment to it, it would cost you a little over 3,000, and it would take
Okay.
about a week to do.
Okay. I have a question, guys, that is a bit more personal to me. Would you mind waiting a sec outside?
We all should
Mhm.
wait outside for you to ask her something.
Yeah.
Okay. So you leave, right?
So she looks at you. She sort of beckons you in properly. She waves her hand, and a seat appears. Here, have a seat.
Okay.
You fall right through it. And she giggles. And she's like, sorry. She
Ew.
waves her hand again, and you notice it actually appears. And I take it this time you check that it's there.
Yeah.
This time it's genuinely a seat.
Okay.
She just sort
I'll
of,
stand.
you just see a sort of like little smirk on her face, like I can't believe you fell for that. Um,
Okay. So
what
Uh,
is it you need?
I have a question. I take my scythe out from my back. I show her the scythe and I ask her, "Can you recognize this enchantment and can you make it any better?"
Give me a second. Let me. What's your size so far?
My scythe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah, I remember what it was now. Never mind.
Yes.
You notice her. She takes it off you. She puts it on the table. She gets out a couple of crystals,
mm,
places them around it, and starts to cast a ritual. As she finishes the ritual, you notice her go from that little smirk she's got suddenly fades.
and now I have a smirk.
This is very dark magic.
Yes. Yes, it is. Going up to my second question, can you make it any better?
No, I don't work in dark magic. I'm sorry. And
Do you know a
anyway, by
person
the
that does?
enchantment that you've got on there, it's one that only gets stronger with you.
Okay.
As she says this, you notice her eyes dart towards your hand.
What's it
You know
called?
exactly what she's looking at.
Well, she's trying to look at it. She probably senses it because it's still invisible. I can make it.
Oh, no,
invisible,
she
so
sees
probably
it.
senses it. Okay, in that case, that's fine.
She sees right through the invisibility.
Mm. Is there
And
anything
she
that you
looks
would
at
like
you and
to
just
ask?
says, she just says, "Huh, nice ring. Where did you get that?
Oh, that's a really long story that we really don't have time for. But the second question of the matter is, do you, since I know you don't specialize in this field of work, that you probably recognize me being specialized at,
Yes.
do you have by any chance books that contain knowledge of this art? Because I know that all mages like to study all arts of magic, although they might not specialize in it.
She looks through a little book that she's got, which you can tell is obviously like an inventory book.
Mhm.
She flips through 3 or 4 pages. You don't recognize the writing that's in these pages.
Okay.
No, you don't. You don't recognize it, even though she's an elf. You would expect her to have written in Elvish, but she hasn't.
Okay.
She goes through her book, and you do notice 1 or 2 words are written in Elvish, like just the odd word. You just see words like life, death. You see genuine things, and she stops on the page where you see the Elvish word for death, mixed with a load of different languages around it. You actually see
Okay.
death written in all 3 languages that you know.
All right.
Weirdly enough. And
Yeah,
she's like,
I
yes,
point
I
the
do
finger
have.
to it.
Oh, before you do that, she's like, I do have a book.
Okay.
However, going by what I've seen you have, it's probably not going to be much use to you.
Mm. Will it be fine if I have a look at it anyway?
Yes, no problem. As she does this, you notice her wave her hand towards the door, and you notice that enchantment comes back to it.
Mhm.
Just in case you want to try and steal it, I'm not in the business of losing money. She then walks past you to a shelf just behind you. Sort of runs her fingers over 2 or 3 of the books, and then pulls one out. She hands it to you. Looking through this book, make me an investigation check. Just while you're flicking through the book. You
Since
don't.
I know, well, Well, shouldn't I do it with advantage since I
No.
know what I'm looking for?
No,
Okay.
because you're just looking through a book right now. She's just told you that it's probably not going to be any help, so you're not really looking for anything that could help you. Just trying to see if what she's saying is right.
Mhm.
You flick through the book and you notice the few spells that are in there are ones that you already have. There is a little bit more information on dark magic in general, and there is a little bit of history in it about it, like where it came from, but nothing that you don't already know.
Okay. How much would you like for this book?
She goes back to the little inventory book. This one would cost 6 gold.
6 gold? Yeah, I'm taking it then. I handed the gold because I do have some in my pouch.
Okay, so mark off 6 gold from your personal funds.
Yep.
She then waves a hand, the enchantment fades again, and it sort of props itself ajar. And she's like, "Is there anything else you'll be needing, dear?" That slight elvish smile that she had has returned to her face now, because she's happy that she's managed to sell something. Oh yes, you asked about the armor. Are you? Do you want the armor enchanting? It will take a few days. I
Would
could
it be-
start working on it straight away.
Would it be before our next adventure or not?
You have no
Like,
idea.
The armor would be finished.
You have no idea. You don't know when your next adventure is going to be coming.
Okay.
Could I talk to Urkel before he comes out?
Yeah, I gesture to the guys that they can come back inside.
Before he does that, if that is okay, or while walking in,
Mhm.
it doesn't really matter. I talk to Urkel in Semnien. Findest du es auch verdächtig, dass er uns rausschickt?
Ja, aber wir alle haben unsere Geheimnisse.
Das stimmt.
They're
I
speaking
love how
German to
they're
each
both
other.
German. I know. I love how they're both German. And
They're not both German though. They just both know German.
yeah. Sorry.
Okay, just PM me what you were talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't like not knowing.
That's the point. How to destroy GM.
Du denkst,
Lesson 101.
du denkst nicht, dass wir etwas tun müssen.
Noch nicht.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it, basically. I am gonna PM you.
Okay, yeah,
what you
just PM me,
said.
just PM me what that was.
Clerics.
Clerics have their own talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I fucking love it. Okay, so you all walk in. She's like, I see you all came back in. I take it. Is there anything else anyone would be needing?
Yeah, there's actually a few things I would like to inquire. And first thing is, how much would it actually be to actually put a glamour on my leather armor?
Okay, explain to me what one of those are, because I'm not the best with this.
A glamored leather armor is able to transform in basically like any arbitrary piece of clothing.
Ah, okay. She looks at you and is like, it would take me a few days to sort out, as I'll have to go through my many books to find the correct enchantment, and it will be a little costly. She looks through a thing. I have no idea how much something like that would cost.
It's we can sort this out at a later date.
Yeah,
It's
we'll sort
just
out. She
the-
gives you a general price that you know to be roughly right for the enchantment you're after.
It's about 300 gold, isn't it?
I don't know. I think it would be classified as an uncommon item, so probably around about this, a little more expensive than a +1 enchantment, if I'm if I remember correctly.
Okay, well, I don't have any prices yet for enchanted stuff. That's something I need to come up with. Something I need to actually figure out. But yeah, so.
Okay.
There's actually rules in the DMG about this.
I will have a look at it at a later date. Let me just write myself a note.
So basically, at this point, we basically agreed that she'll send me a notice with an estimate once she has it.
Yes, so I take it you give her the address of the mansion in Parable.
Yeah.
Okay. She's like, she says, thank you. As soon as I can figure out how much it's going to cost roughly, I will send a messenger over straight away and get your price there for you. Is there anything else anyone would like? I will also add the prices of your items in there as well, once I figure them out properly. Yes.
So, wait, will a full plate give me 18 AC?
It's 18 flat,
Okay.
whereas a half plate is 17 plus dex max of 2. So what's your dexterity modifier?
Dexterity is 3.
So yeah, you've got 19 AC.
Well, I have only 17, so I should add
I'll
that.
fix it later, but you should have.
I'll just put 19 for now, yeah? Just
Yeah.
remember that I've got 17, like, in my, that's, like, to be... With this normal armor I have. So just take away 2 later on. That's it.
Yeah, basically, I will write it down that you've got your 19 AC now.
Yeah. Okay,
That's written on the
so...
thing.
Okay, so I need to... So I'll put it back. Yeah, so... I'm fine with 19 AC because I still want my Hellish Rebuke to kick in when it needs to. So...
Dimitri's gonna walk up to the table and just like, you know of my profession, right?
She looks over, is like, I don't recognise you. I'm sorry, dear.
It's like... mhm.
I've only been here. I've only had shop set up here for a few months.
Let me see.
Witches are
It's-
uncommon in
Dimitri, you
Tamia
cannot know
of
every
Oblivion.
NPC I come up with. Okay, you cannot know every
know.
NPC I come up with. Some of them you will not know.
I know.
How
you
does he
pretty
know
much any
most of them?
because his character is from Waterdeep and actually lives within the Castle Ward. So anyone in Castle Ward, you know. Anyone outside,
Mm-hmm.
you know of, but you don't know properly.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Which is also why
What-
you didn't
what-
know that there was a major shop because it's kind of new.
yeah. Do you have any alchemical herbs that I could use? That I could brew potions
Alchemical
with.
herbs. Which potion are you trying to brew? I have plenty of different herbs.
Oh, just herbs for specialized Witcher potions. So to save me time searching for them myself.
I'm gonna make her make an intelligence check to see if she knows what you're on about.
Yeah, no fucking clue.
So
Oh, no.
2 plus 2 for that, so that's that. I'm sorry, dear. I don't know what you're on about. I've got a really bad roll. She rolled a 1. She has no fucking clue. What you're on
did
about?
she stab herself with the pen?
She's sort of still preoccupied staring at Grimm's scythe, which is still on the table, by the way.
Yeah.
I guess I'll search somewhere else.
It might help if you told me what herbs you need.
Yes.
Do we sense
Yeah.
anything from the scythe, or can we like?
I'm sorry, but this is
Um,
mine.
make
I
an
come in and
Arcana
I
check.
pick it up before anyone else
No,
can do.
they can make an Arcana check if they want.
They can try. You can try. Go on.
Okay. Mm,
Nope.
You sent a slight magical essence, but that's all.
I take
Silren,
my scythe and I put it.
I
You notice
look
that the magic is there and it's strong, but it doesn't bother you. It doesn't phase you that much. I want both of the clerics to make religion checks as well on top of it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm about to make some real enemies.
Fuck.
Okay, and Silren, make your religion check.
I'm not a
No,
cleric. The other.
Urkel.
I did mine.
Urkel and
Fendel.
Fendel, just make me a religion check. See if you can just spot this out the corner of your eye. Urkel, you do notice that whatever it is dark. That's it. Yeah. You don't specify in magical items. However, you do specify in anything religious, and like you are special. Like you do have specialty in most religious things. You can sense that whatever this is very dark, and this is not something that you would even go near in your nightmares if you could avoid it.
I mean, I wouldn't touch it personally. Like, no one. I don't think it's the best idea.
What's it called? Can I use perception to see if they've if they're making these faces as they try to recognize it?
Go ahead. Are any of you trying to hide it?
No.
Oh, if they're not trying to hide it, then no, you don't need to.
Yeah, it's happening.
Even though they're not trying to hide it, you don't notice nothing. You're just busy on. You're just too focused on making sure that your scythe is back in your possession.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. If what's it called? I don't mind sharing. Zarakis doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, but you don't know that they're looking for that. You just know that you've picked up your scythe.
Yeah. What's it called?
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a bit more information for you on your scythe, by the way, Grim, that you will find out a bit later.
Oh.
Because she cast the Identify spell, she knows everything about that weapon.
That's nice.
No, it's not.
I will make it work, so don't worry.
No, you won't.
I'm a psychopath.
I would tell guys, I still have some business here. If you don't mind, you don't have to wait for me, so
Is this
I'll catch
Fendel?
up with you. No,
What
it's
is it?
Silren.
Soren.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, our voices are.
I was gonna say, I don't think do we sound alike?
I don't
No, you
know.
don't. One of
No,
you
you
has got
don't.
an
Sorry.
Australian accent.
Yeah.
So,
Talking of accent soon, hopefully you'll be meeting one of the ones where I actually try an accent out soon.
okay.
Mm.
It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm what's it called? I go back to my seat and I check if it's there.
The seat's vanished. It's not even there for you to even think about sitting on.
Yeah. Where's my seat?
You noticed it disappear as she put the enchantment back on the door. So
Okay.
you kind of tell that that's probably a concentration.
Okay.
So, where are you guys going so I can catch up with you once I'm finished here?
I'm gonna stay here a little bit, just for another second.
Hmm. I also would like to talk to the shopkeeper, since I also have have a delicate problem I would like to talk to her about.
I have nowhere to go, so I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, Salem, then come out with me. We're gonna give them some time. He can ask his questions.
Okay.
I leave.
Salem, as
I'll
you're
follow
outside,
you.
make me a perception check.
Alright.
Oh no,
nothing
Salem, are you
bad.
gonna die?
No, you notice a little bit further north of where you are now, a sparring ring.
What's up? What's up, Salem?
Okay, we'll get back to that in a minute. So, the guys in the shop.
Yes.
Hmm.
I'll be following them out as well.
So,
Fendel, are you
going
staying
to the shop,
inside?
Nah, Fendel will follow out.
Is it just Silren in there?
Surin
Yeah.
and Zarakis.
Oh, just Silren and Zarakis. Okay, good to know. Let me quickly put myself a little note so I know that you two are still there. Okay.
Okay.
So, she looks at you and was like, "Is there anything you would like, dear?"
I talked to her in Elvish and I asked her, do you have any items that are already enchanted?
Zarakis, you understand them?
Yeah.
Just so you know. Back in Elvish, she replies, "Yes, I have many enchanted items. Depends on what you're looking for."
Oh yeah, I need the stuff.
Yeah,
I got stuff.
can you give me some examples of what you have so I can pick?
What sort of items are you after?
Anything really? I don't know. I was just checking what she's got.
Okay, okay then make me a investigation check while you look around the shop, while she's also looking behind the desk.
I always can't find anything.
Okay.
18.
You notice there are very many items, all of them obviously enchanted. You see a case full of rings, you see some full of like amulets, necklaces sort of things, one with bracelets and stuff like that. One that catches your eye most, Suren, is surprisingly a barrel of some sort. Not an ordinary like barrel, like sort of barrel that you specifying specifically.
Okay, what is the barrel?
It's one for a gun, because you are the gunslinger, right? Or have I mixed up one people? You are the gunslinger, right? I have got you written down.
Yeah.
Yeah. You notice a barrel, like sort of small enough to fit on your pistol, with a little bit of work. That's got some sort of enchantment on it. You can't tell what, obviously, because you don't specify magic specifically, I don't think. But
Yeah.
you do notice that there is a gun barrel there.
I pointed out to her, what is that?
That's an object I acquired a very long time ago off a good friend of mine. It's an enchanted barrel. The bullets that fly from this barrel will deal a little bit of extra. They have a bit more firepower behind them.
How much is it?
That, well, considering I don't get to this item's kind of rare in this world, but I don't know anyone that would sell it. I will let you have it for 1,500 gold.
Ooh, we don't even have that much. Well, we do, but
No,
that's not
1,500.
entire-
Yeah,
Oh,
Not
I reach
15,000,
into,
God.
that's what you said.
No, I said 1,500.
yeah, I reach into the bag and chip over 1,500 gold.
Okay. Well, when you eventually get round to fixing it, it will deal an extra 1d6 fire damage whenever you choose to use this barrel.
Okay.
You can only use this barrel once per reload.
Okay.
And it also gives you an extra shot. However, the misfire also goes up by 1.
Okay.
I've got a question then as well. Do you have any specific enchanted items that will be beneficial to me, since you know what I specialize in?
She pulls out a. Let me quickly open up my magic items that I've got. I did actually have a list in case you ever went to a magic shop. I just don't have prices. Give me a second. I've got to load up the PDF. It's closed off just. Right. So let me zoom in a bit. There was one somewhere. Okay, she pulls out a cloak.
A cloak.
A cloak.
Okay.
I've now got to remember which cloak it was that she's pulling out.
You're cutting out, buddy. I can't hear you.
I was talking to myself. I've got to now figure out what cloak she's pulled out because I've got to find it. Yeah, she pulls out a cloak. Let's see. Where's it gone?
It's a cloak. What kind of cloak?
It's at the moment it's just a cloak, as far as you know. I can find it. Where is it? Cloaks. Which one was it that I was using? That one, I think. No, it was not that one. No, it was that one.
Okay.
This one I think you would enjoy quite a bit. It gives you the ability to fly or turn into a bat.
And how much would you want for it?
This item, give me a second. Let me pull up the other PDF with the prices of everything.
I can't hear it.
Just let me pull up the magical prices item thing because I've just remembered I have one.
Okay.
I'm just gonna now find the cloak. Let me search it. Not that one. Turns out I've accidentally been pricing these correctly. She said. She looks at you and says, "Yeah. Turns out uncommon items are about 3,000 gold."
Yeah.
She's like. She looks at you and she says, "Well, this item's supposed to cost around 6,000 gold. However." And she just sort of thinks what's sort of like the minimum she would like. The minimum she will sell it for. I'm trying to think of the minimum she would be willing to. I could do 5,500. As this item is.
I've got a
kind of
question
rare.
to you, GM.
Yeah.
Though, would this stack with my flying boots?
Well, this.
It would give me additional.
It wouldn't give you additional flying speed. The item is Cloak of the Bat. You get a +5 on hide checks. You get to either basically have the effects of the fly spell, whilst holding the edges of the garment, and if you want, you can polymorph into an ordinary bat.
Okay, that's 500.
However,
5,500.
one of the only things it can be done in dark or dim light.
Ooh. Well. Okay. Is there any other items that you might possess that I might enjoy?
Go fuck yourself. I will have a look.
Go on, Billy.
Let's
Give
see.
me something nice.
This is only a smallish shop. Like, that's probably the nicest item I'm going to be able to find you. That's not too overpowered.
Well, then what's the point?
You're level 5.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. So, like, is it the only item? Come on,
That's
there any
the
other?
only item that she thinks you would like.
Okay. Five. Is there a guy with the treasury, like among like us in the shop?
Yes,
Yeah. How much? Our treasury?
14,000.
13,000.
14.
14. I could go with 4,000, but like that's all I have.
Make
Like,
a persuasion
that's all
check. You're trying to bargain with him. You've got to make the checks.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. 5,500 is my lowest offer.
No, I'll leave it since it doesn't actually give me any proper benefits. I already have the flying boots, so it doesn't matter.
Okay then. And she puts it back behind. She sort of hangs it back up behind the desk that she was stood at. Is there anything else either of you would be needing?
Yeah. I was also thinking about maybe some items you might have for me. But like I said, I have this delicate problem that I would like to talk to you in private about.
Okay.
And yes, the joke is intentional.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, we shall leave, and I'll be back just after he finishes with you.
Yeah, I leave as well.
Okay, so it's just the two of you. She waves a hand, and the door shuts behind them. Doesn't lock. It's just closed. The door is just closed. And she's like, "Well, if this is as private and delicate as you want, we can easily go into the back office if you would like."
Perhaps around here would be fine, unless you feel it would be needed.
I'm
At some
fine with
point.
anything. It's just there. It is there if you want to try and avoid people eavesdropping.
Might be better.
Which she leads you to a small, not increasing like overly small, but like a sort of smallish room in the back. On it there, in that room there is a table and 2 chairs, one either side of the table. She goes and sits in one and puts a hand out to the other. Have a seat.
I sit down and turn to face her.
Yeah. Okay. So what is it you would be needing?
Billy?
One-on-one.
Okay. No, I think this we can actually let the others hear this. It's just that the
Okay,
characters.
So the
should-
characters don't know. Only the people. So, what is it you would be needing, dear?
Well, I think by now you've probably noticed that I'm not the usual Kenku. For example, I mean I can talk freely to you.
Yes, that is amazing. The fact that you have managed to do this.
Yeah, this is it is a gift from my goddess, and I would like this has actually brought me the idea that I might be able to free my brethren from the curse, the bloodline curse, by studying divine magic and maybe at some point breaking the curse.
Well, curses like that one that are placed upon the Kenkus are very hard to break. They have been around for centuries, and it's amazing that that your goddess was even able to get it to break for at least you. It would take a lot of study and a lot of devotion.
Yes.
I have many books on many different deities, in which she sort of waves a hand up, and you notice like quite a tall pile of books sort of fly and sort of spread themselves across the table. You do notice the one that lands in front of you, like directly in front of you, is the book on your deity.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know whether this is by some either coincidence or she knew, but it lands in front of you.
Oh, I think she knows because I'm basically carrying around a holy symbol of Saloon visibly.
Yeah, she's an observant character.
Hmm.
She's also a fun one that I created on the spot.
Yeah.
That's why she hasn't
place
got a
it.
name yet.
Yeah, I place my hand on the book and just look at it wistfully.
I could sell you that for 5 gold.
Yeah, you have a deal, but do you know of any of the more of any books that go more into the source of divine magic?
Once again, she raises her hand, and you can tell that as much as she has like an inventory, she kind of has some way of going through it in her head and sort of being able to bring whatever item she needs. And one book does come from the room that you were just in. It sort of starts to float through the door. It sort of drops at the doorway, and she stands up and goes and picks it up, brings it in and places it in front of you. That one would cost you 10 gold. This has a lot of information about how divine magic originally came about, and genuine information on most of the gods and goddesses.
Thank you. This will undoubtedly be very helpful in studies. Then there's also another small. Then there's also this other delicate problem. I think that you've noticed that one of my comrades is using some questionable magics.
Yes, he tried to make me. He got me to identify his weapon of choice. Did you know about? No, she doesn't say anything about it. She's enough to know that she'll say him. And she's like, yes, he got me to identify his weapon. It's very dark magic, very dark indeed.
I assumed this. Currently, we've not yet had any reason to intervene, but at some point it might be necessary. At the since he is currently traveling with us, we could at least keep him in check. Yeah.
He seems trustworthy enough. I don't think you'll have a problem with him. He seems that whatever this weapon is, it's affecting him slightly.
This is
Some
something
sort of curse
to
lies upon that weapon. Which I will give you the details in a minute, Grim, to what the curse is.
Fuck you. So instead of like nerfing my character directly and giving me the cursed item, you made my character carry the cursed item throughout the entire game.
Bitch, backstories.
Fuck you too. To be fair, I'm giving you props for that because I did not think that you would be able to fuck up my blade.
I can fuck up any item I want by adding a curse.
Fuck
to
you.
it.
Yeah.
I've had this plan since your character was created. I was
Okay,
just waiting
go.
for you to identify it.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Let's do this.
Yeah,
I mean, you could always just go to Urkel and identify this thing, but
Dude,
that could go wrong very, very quickly.
yes, considering like you only know that there is a curse on the item. Grim, you know the extent of you know most of the extent of the curse. She didn't give you all the information about it, but she gave you what you needed to know, which once I figured out properly, you'll have.
You have to figure it out first.
Basically, I knew that your item was going to be cursed. I didn't think you were going to identify it this quick.
Actually, to be fair, it wasn't like I didn't want her to identify it for the reason of me wanting to know more about
Hey,
it.
You asked her to make it stronger. She has to identify it to see what the enchantment is in the first place.
Yes, I know, but I told her, like, I gave it to her, and I told her, try to identify what the enchantment is, and if you can make it stronger. It was basically Zaraka's bugging.
The identify spell isn't specific. It's a case of you either know nothing about the weapon or you know everything about the weapon.
Yes. Okay, go on.
That's why it's one of my favorite weapons. One of my favorite spells, actually, to do with cursed items and stuff.
And my weapon is probably my favorite, like, out of the entire game. Go on.
Okay, where were we in our conversation?
I think we were just talking about Grimm's weapon.
Ah, yes. Yes, there's a slight curse there. I worry for it, as it could be clouding his judgment from time to time. Just be
Well-
wary when he suddenly snaps. It shouldn't be too
Yeah.
bad, and himself, deep down, I would say you can trust him.
This
Snap like
thank
I
you.
did at the
And
poster.
before we leave, I want to insight check her if she was sincere.
Roll an insight check.
Yeah, since that would this would require a lot of trust. And 18.
She's telling the truth. As far as you know, you've been staring at the way she's been presenting herself while talking, watching her face, making sure that what she's saying is true. You don't spot any deceit.
Very well, thank you.
Okay. Are you leaving the room now? The shop?
Yeah. Bear in mind, right,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Anyone who was standing in the shop, they wouldn't have been able to hear anything through that door.
We are outside the shop.
Just saying.
So yeah, I know. But I what's it called? I look at him like, is everything alright? I ask him.
Yeah, it's all right. She has given me some hints as to how I can go about with my little problem.
Okay. That seems like a helpful person then. Alright. What's it called, like...
As you are all about to leave, she sort of closes the door and says, "Please feel free to come again. Hopefully we're
Well,
gonna
I wanted to go back!
Oh. She didn't know
Like,
that. She
I'm
just saw
waiting here.
all she saw was the last person leave. She never saw anyone about to come back in.
You remember when I said that, like when he wanted to speak with her, I
Yeah,
said then maybe we should
she
leave
didn't
and
know
I'll
that.
come back.
She didn't hear
What
you
you
properly.
done?
She didn't hear you
I'm
properly.
now imagining her just closing the door in Grimm's face.
She was about to.
Yeah.
Basically, he slams into the door with face first.
Make me a dexterity saving throw, Grim.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
I will. I'm telling you now that I will rip this door into pieces if you harm me.
You can try. Give me a
Oh man, you shouldn't start.
You
Right,
don't
we're
take
gonna-
any damage, don't worry. However,
Okay.
the door does hit you square in the face and sends you stumbling back a bit, and you nearly trip over the steps. However, you barely manage to save yourself.
I kind of growl. Yeah,
She,
in anger.
hearing it hit you, she sort of opens. It's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. Did you want anything else?"
Yes, I would. Zarakis is about to snap because he's already angered from the knowledge of Peter possessing him. Yeah.
You also found out his
So-
name's not Peter either.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still calling him Peter just for the sake of everybody understanding who am I talking about.
Well, I've already said out loud. His name is now Nutok.
Lutok. Yeah. So, can I speak to you again, please? And yeah, you see, people can notice that I'm angry, and I'm not even hiding it.
She sort of just looks at you with a little bit of concern. It's like, "Yes, come on in." And you notice her sigh. You can tell that she was either just going on a break or she was just getting off it, and she's a bit tired now. The fact that you're constantly asking. Bear in mind, by the time you got back, it was sort of midday. After all this, it is coming to about 3-4 in the afternoon.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I
So-
saw sparring ring and I want to go. Zarakis,
We'll
make
get to
this
that in a minute.
quick.
We'll get to that in a
Okay.
minute.
Yeah. So I walk inside, right, and I sharply and with a little bit of force thump the door to close without turning the handle.
As you go to close the door, she holds her hand up, and as it goes to slam, it slows down and just closes gently. Please do not slam my doors, dear.
I'm sorry, I just had a very difficult day. So, you identified my weapon, correct?
Yes, and she did give you the information. I will give it you at some point once I figured it out
Yeah.
properly.
Is there any other enchantments apart from this just hiding, or is it just the one
Not on that
that is
weapon,
being
my dear.
put? Okay, I have.
However, that ring of yours might.
I'm sorry, but I don't take it off. If you can do it on my hand, but I will not be able to take it
No,
off.
I would need the item in my hand in order to be able to identify it.
Unfortunately, then.
You can,
I do
you
have
can obviously
something
try
else.
and take the ring off if you want. You'd have to make a wisdom save.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Zarakis prefers not to take it off. That's his idea. I do have these, and I go into my trench coat and I take out my pocket scythes because I still have them.
Yes, you have that little mini scythe.
Yeah. Well, I think there are 2 sickles, ain't there?
Yeah, it's a sickle. It's basically a
Yeah.
sickle.
Yeah. So I give it to her and I say, "Can you see if there's anything on this?"
Yes, of course I can. You know, she puts it back on the table. The crystals still left where they are. She sort of moves them in to sort of encase it. Does the ritual again. This is just an ordinary weapon, dear. There is nothing wrong with this one. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
Hang on.
There we go. That's my wisdom save because Zarakis tried
You
to
managed to.
hiddenly take it off.
You managed to take that ring off with surprisingly more ease than you thought it would be.
Yeah. I'll be standing close because this is a very, very precious item to me. So I hand it to her
Tentatively.
certain, not
Yeah, tentatively.
certain. Yeah. So, yeah. And I just follow the ring with my eyes around the room.
Okay. She casts the identify spell on that. All the information you've got on that item is all the information that there is to give.
Okay.
She looks at you with a bit of concern, sensing what is trapped within the ring. She's like, "You should be very careful with this. I would avoid putting it back on if you can."
I have to. And I take the ring back and put it on straight away.
She hands you with ease.
So, that's all I wanted to ask. Thank you for your help, and thank you for helping out my comrade as well. He's a very nice person. I'm obviously talking about Urkel.
Oh, she looks at you and just sort of, you notice that slight smile that she normally has actually creeps into an actual, genuine, proper smile. It's like, yes, and I can tell that he cares about you. However, thank you for doing business. Please feel free to come back anytime.
I'll come back if I have any other requests. Thank you.
Yes, I will also try and find some more items that you might be interested in.
Thank you so much. I'll leave the room.
Okay.
Today I'm actually in a very good mood. No, I don't know why. So, you know. I walk out the room, I look at my comrades. So, where are we off to now?
Ring.
What? Where?
Street.
Let's go.
Yes!
Yeah.
And starts running.
Yeah.
Ow!
So are we all going to spar now?
Yeah. To the sparring room.
Are there temples nearby? Then I would go to one of them nowadays.
Vendel,
Yeah.
I would like to very much have a little sparring session with you.
Yeah, well, I'm up for it. Why not? No, I'll not care any restrictions.
Oh.
I'm gonna fight him first.
Okay, important.
Yes.
Well, for the DM.
No. I don't know where Billy's gone, like he went silent.
Oh.
Okay. I was gonna ask, is the sparring
Sorry, my
room
thing
inside
fucked
or is the sparring area is it like a big outdoor kind of thing?
Yes, it's an outdoor area, and there's sort of like a large sort of dip in the ground, and in there you see a Goliath beating the shit out of a half-orc. Like,
Alright,
he is pummeling this half-orc until it
Well,
stops moving.
I got two folks here who have expressed interest in sparring against Fendel.
Yes, I heard, because my mic slightly unplugged itself.
Okay. So I'll let them discuss amongst themselves who gets to go first.
I want to
Okay.
go first.
I'm fine wherever.
20 gold
Yeah.
How
and
about
Fendel.
Salem? Since you're so strong, this will not be a challenge for you. How about you go against that guy? And I show her
point
the
to the
guy that's
Goliath.
formerly- Yes.
As you point to him, you notice the Goliath drop the half-orc unconscious on the floor, and you see a number of what look to be other clerics jump in, place their hands on the unconscious body of this half-orc, and bring him back to consciousness. You then see someone.
Bacchus?
You then see someone go up to the Goliath and just hold his hand up. And you just hear roars of the crowd around.
Bacchus, buddy. I am like as tall
So-
as his knee.
Yes.
As his knee. Think about that for a second. I am strong.
And
What's
you
a
notice
Goliath?
this guy. You notice this guy looks very buff. Like, you can see that he trains to mainly do this.
You can say he lifts.
He does.
He lifts, my
So-
brothers. He lifts.
Me.
Okay, don't worry. So, who would like to go against me apart from Fendel?
I could give a
Come on,
go.
I'll fight all of you.
As you're all shouting, you hear you hear someone shouting, "Is there anyone else who would like to fight in this ring? We're all open to anything. Better all free. Bet start at 25 gold."
Fendel's gonna say, yeah, me and the Warlock here are gonna have a 1v1.
Ah.
Excuse me.
Well, I would like to say.
Wizard. Wizard,
Oh,
sorry.
No, he's a necromancer. He's just a necromancer. He's not a wizard either.
Mm.
Well, he looks. Well, there's no magic allowed. This is bare fists.
Yes, I know.
Hey,
We would
I
also-
want to fight.
That changes.
Pass.
a lot.
He looks at you
Yeah.
and just chuckles.
Any weapons?
No, there's no weapons
No.
allowed.
Oh,
Bare
pass.
fists.
Also, your armor has to come off.
Yes.
I'm not
Yeah,
wearing.
Fendel's passing.
Oh, come on.
except my
Bendel, I think
armor and the
I saw
sash.
something really interesting over there. Wanna go with me?
So, who's fighting?
Yeah, might as well.
Fighting.
Okay, then who would you like to fight?
How about I spar with Salem?
Do you want to? Who said they want to fight me?
Zarakas did just.
Yes, I'll fight Zarakas. I pointed at Zarakas. I'm fighting him.
Oh, this looks like it'll be a very fun fight. So, and he looks to the rest of the crowd. We have two new challengers. We have. What is your name? Looks to you, the little dwarf, the little. He just looks to the little gnome. What is your name?
Oh,
You cut out then? Are you giving your actual name?
just said my name, Salem.
Okay. So we have Salem the gnome, and we have.
Death
No.
itself.
What was that?
Death itself.
We have someone who's going by Death himself. He looks a bit strange.
Okay, stop being an edgelord. His name is Zarakas.
So we have Salem versus Zarakas. Let's start at 25 gold per head on each person. Let's see what we've got. And as you notice that you see people
Gold.
crowding round, and he doesn't say who's placing bets on who, but you notice him hold a lot of money. So the winner out of this will take half of whatever the winnings are out of our bank, and also the opportunity to fight. Let me grab his name again. I forgot his name. Where's his name gone? And also the opportunity to fight Raled, our reigning champion.
Okay. Alright. So,
As he says the name, you notice cheers erupt to the name Raled, and you just see the Goliath sort of parading, showing his muscle.
yeah.
Since
So
we got back, I'm gonna say we have, right?
what?
Since we got back.
Yeah, you were all fully healed up. Don't worry.
I
Yeah.
wasn't concerned about that. I was out of rages.
Uh,
That's BS.
No,
That's magic.
as you all, you notice as you all got back, everything was restored. Like it was, like the effects of the long rest came within half a second.
I don't think raging is a magic. I think that's just getting
no.
really pissed off.
No, it's not.
They can only get pissed off a certain amount
It's
of times
not,
per
but I
day.
only have 30 of them.
Okay.
So, I'm going to quickly find. This is all going to have to be theatre of the mind. I'm just going to basically open up a plain thing, draw a circle. That is where you're going to be fighting.
By the way, Salem, how much strength do you have?
Bear in mind, you'd be able to keep on your gauntlets. They never say anything about the gauntlets. They just said armor.
My chain shirt, but my AC goes up if I take it off. My strength is 21.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let me just quickly draw a circle on this. This is going to be fun. This is going to be hilarious.
Really?
You're the one who chose to fight. Oh, no, that's a line. I don't want a line. I want a.
I think
There's
it's-
something in the background that keeps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's gone.
I don't hear it.
No, it's back.
Hello? Is it my mic?
No, your mic is fine.
I am going to put down 25 gold on myself.
So we have a confident one then. You have a lot of guts to take on someone twice the height of you.
To be fair, she's probably stronger than me. But I'm doing this for fun, not for money.
This is just a bit of a fun episode.
I'm doing this for fun and for money.
So what we're going to do is first we're going to go for a little break.
Yes!
And then when we get back, so we're going to go for a quick break, just because I need to go and get myself a drink, and this has already been we've already been going for just over an hour and a half. So we're going to go for a little break. We'll be back in a few minutes. You have your winged boots, remember? And we are back. Sorry, I was just talking about this. So,
Wait, she still has the boots?
yeah,
Yeah.
you've still got your winged boots on. They've stayed on for each of you.
Because I'm eating ramen.
So, I'm going to pull up the initiative tracker.
Oh, you're cutting out.
Yeah.
So, I would like Salem and Zarakis to roll initiative as we get into this sparring
the game
matchup.
just pissing me off.
The most important initiative of their lives.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Good job. Good job, game. Good job. I told you the game's gonna just piss me off today.
Okay, so starting this is going to be amazing. We have Salem. It is your turn in this sparring matchup. Unarmed strike.
Shut the
go.
fuck up, Billy.
Let's go.
Strike. Okay, give me a second.
So this is going to be focusing on making sure you two control where your characters are going.
Arm strike would be
Unarmed
Under
strike
what?
is for you. It would for how I do it. It's 1d2 plus strength. So it's 1d4 halved. Or well, I suppose you can just roll 1d2 on this, can't you?
Yes.
However,
was right.
the champion's got a bit of a advantage. So that'll be 2 plus your strength.
or 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
we-
strength modifier is a
Well, you're not close enough to hit him at the moment, so.
Swings that air.
And you still also have to roll for attacks and everything. So unarmed attacks, it's a d20 plus strength plus proficiency.
What? D20.
Yeah,
plus
1d20 plus strength plus prof.
Where's the prof? Working.
Proficiency, it automatically clicks it for you. You're still not close enough to attack him.
got a 14. That was my fault.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
So that is that your turn, Salem? Are you going to a rage at all?
Yeah.
So you've raged. So
I
Zarakis, it's
will
your turn.
rage.
Mhm.
Did your
I'm
turn?
gonna go into a frenzy.
You're going straight into a frenzied.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh.
That
Because
is
apparently
amazing.
Zarakis.
Well, Zarakis gets 2 attacks anyway.
Yeah.
I have 2 attacks, and then with a frenzy
Oh,
rage,
yeah,
I
you get
can
your bonus
attack
one.
him.
Okay, so roll. Take it you're going to attack Zarakis.
Yeah.
Roll
So
an attack.
it's D2, right?
So slash. No, you've got to roll a d20
Okay.
plus your strength. So 14, which plus. Oh no, that's Alice's. Salem's. Okay, so roll. Just roll a d20.
Oh.
/R space d20.
Roll-
Okay. Forwards.
know the little bar on the side of like the little ruler? There's a dice roller right there.
Oh, okay. So it's wait, it's rolling.
It's kind of like this.
So you rolled a natural 1. You swing and you just miss. Roll for your second attack because you get 2 attacks.
Well,
12.
that was
What's your
just-
strength?
Because
No, because including
my
strength and proficiency.
My strength is 2.
So that's 14 plus 3, so that's 14, 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, that hits.
So roll, do slash R 1d2.
Okay.
So roll a d2.
you just flip a coin.
So,
And so that's 4 damage, including your strength modifier. So Salem, mark off 4 damage. Reduced to 2 because of your rage.
and I'm going to move over here.
Take an attack of opportunity, then Salem.
Do it.
Roll an
Come on.
unarmed strike. So 1d20 plus, for you, it's plus 5. Yeah, that hits.
That hits.
Roll damage. A d2 plus 5.
D2. Four on the dice roller.
So a d4. So that would be so halved is 1 plus 5. So that's 6 damage, Zarakis.
Okay, 6 damage. Fine.
And this is also Salem's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Hate you for moving.
Remember, you have your winged boots that
Oh.
give you a bit more flight, like that allow you to
Yeah.
go a bit further. So roll your 3
Yep,
attacks.
40. Yes, 3 attacks. Okay. The first one is a 5 plus 5 is a 10.
Plus 3 for proficiency is 13, which just about hits. Roll damage. So the second one will miss.
Yep.
And the third one hits.
Oh, that really hits.
Yeah, that
So
one hits.
2 of them hit. So roll. So roll your 2. Roll a d4 plus your strength for the first hit. So that's 6, and then roll for your second. That's 7. So you take 15 damage. Zarakis,
Okay.
it's your turn.
Wait. My brain doesn't want to do math today.
This is amazing. The best thing about the champion is he's actually a multi-class champion.
Able to what?
Oh no.
The champion, he's a multi-class, so if you do decide to go against him, it will be a very good fight.
Okay. So it's a
D20.
got it. That's it.
Yeah, that'll hit because just with your strength. So
And that hits.
and the second one hits as well. It will. So
Yeah.
roll roll a d4. So that's 3, reduced to 1,
Okay, and another one.
and roll another one,
That's another one.
which is another 1 damage total.
Fun.
Be a -2 for the both of them.
No, because you half damage, so it's no, you half whatever the number is. So if you roll a 3 or a 4, it's a 2. If you roll a 1 or a 2, it's a 1.
So
But both of them go to 2 damage. 3 damage, halved, rounded down to 1 damage from each of them. So you just take 2 damage from those 2 hits.
nice.
Salem.
First one, an 8 plus 5, that's a 13.
That hits.
Yeah.
And oh, that one hits.
Yeah, hits.
The last one misses.
And it's a natural 1. Is that like a penalty or something?
No.
Oh. I'm grabbing up
So
the string, man.
roll for damage on the first 2 attacks. Okay,
It's 5.
plus
So
5.
this
I've just remembered, there's also a rage bonus that we've been forgetting to add,
is
which is another 2 damage per hit. So that's 6, 7, 8 damage on the first. Roll again. It's another 8 damage. That's another 16.
Yes.
Zarakis, you're up.
My hits. Yeah, that hits.
Plus 2, plus... no, plus 5, it wouldn't.
That wasn't, sorry.
Let me work out. You've got to roll at least... So, yeah. All we've got basically... Salem has to roll anything above a 5. You have to roll anything above a 10.
Hmm.
So,
Okay.
roll damage on the other attack.
So it's D4 or is it D2?
It's a D2 per hit, but if you roll a D4, it's easy because that's got the dice roller available.
Okay. Go.
Okay, so that's 4 reduced to 2. Because that's including the strength mod. So you take 2 more damage, Salem.
Okay.
And it's back to your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And that hits.
That hits. Yeah.
Hits.
Who's winning?
My third one.
Hits. All three.
Yeah, they all hit.
So the first one is a 3 reduced to 1 plus 5.
Plus 7, 'cause each attack does plus 7, so that's 8.
So there's 8,
And 9.
9, and another 9.
So that's 18, 19, that's 26 more damage.
26 more damage.
Yeah.
Down.
This is great.
And Zarakas,
This is great for me.
you are up.
Okay. Mm. Mm. Yeah, I'm just gonna top out.
So
Top out.
are you forfeiting?
Yeah, I'm down to 8 health. I would not survive even with more hits, so, you know.
Nope, I want. Keep going. I'm not letting you tap out.
Here's the thing: as you go to, you technically are starting to climb out. You would get an attack of opportunity, Salem. Roll damage, which is 8 damage, meaning as you're about to climb out, you fall unconscious on the floor. The crowd erupts into cheers.
Mm.
The little
Good
Irish guy, who you noticed was a halfling. He sort of you notice the clerics hop in. You both heals back up to full. So you can mark that back up. And the winner is Salem. So that means you get. He hands out a coin purse with 875 gold. No, 825 gold to you, Salem. He then walks over to. Then you also gain an extra 38 for your bet. So that is 863. And
Nice.
then Urkel, you get 38 gold.
Nice.
He then looks at you as like, well, you seem like you would be able to take on our champion with ease. Would you like to try?
You literally punt me.
Well, from the looks of it, you're both equally as strong as each other.
Punt me.
Are you going to?
Happy.
You can do it.
Trust
Punt
me,
me.
if you do, there will be a lot more money on the line.
I can just imagine Zarakas just waking up. It's like the sun was in my eyes.
So,
Say that all you like.
So Salem, I couldn't hear properly. Are you going to attempt it?
Fine. Just because you said there was a lot more money on the line.
There will be. So let me roll for initiative with
Man.
the die. So
I mean, I feel like having a go myself.
well, they just offered.
Get- I get to fight the champion first.
Next thing you're going to do is gonna get in that ring and fight Salem. See how that works out for you.
Yeah, I might give it a go.
I want to fight me next.
So I'm going to. So you need to roll an initiative.
May I really want to give it a go. What, If Salem wants to go at the big guy, then she can. But I still want a piece of it.
I need to reroll
In
initiative.
that time, like Billy.
Yeah.
Wait.
And yeah, you need to
PM.
roll initiative.
Yeah, PM.
Okay. So this is going to be fun. I will check that in a second. Let me load it up. So I'm just going to quickly write down what he gets in order to hit and everything. So you notice just before he jumps down, he downs a whole beer. like a whole mug. A candy bale.
Nice.
And just he jumps in. Let me make an athletics check with him. See how far in he manages to jump. He gets to about here.
Can reach him.
Oh yeah, but he's got the first attack. Remember?
Reach me first.
But Salem, you can reach him all the way from the side of the ring, I assume. Wait.
So.
Yeah.
We
Because
get
you-
started with this one.
I only have 40 movement with my winged boots.
Yeah.
All right.
He is going to go into a rage.
Wait, what?
He's a
I thought I
multi-class. He's a multi-class. I did. He's multi-class. He's one barbarian for drunken monk.
Barbarian
Where do I need
monk? What?
I made a proper champion.
8 p.m.
Yeah, I will check it in a second. Just let me get this underway.
And
he's
it's gonna be the duels. By the way,
Oh yeah. So just before this happens, bets. Anyone placing bets?
Here's me. I'm putting 100 gold on Salem.
Okay, give me a second to write. all
Have
this down.
confidence in me. This dude could literally punt me.
So on Salem, so we've got Zarakis.
But I'm putting 500 on champion guy.
On Ralev.
Another
How much?
frenzy
500?
raid.
I'm
What?
putting
How much did you
Let's
say?
say
500.
I put 500.
Ooh, what's your character's name so I can write it down properly?
Demetria.
So, Demetrio, 500. Okay, anyone else placing bets?
yeah. Urkel's going to put on the champion as well.
How much?
The confidence we have in our party member.
Yeah, how much you putting on?
I don't have confidence in myself for this one. Just go.
Urkel, how much you putting on?
100.
100?
Dem-
Okay.
Demetria just huffs and
Did you write down mine?
Yeah, I've written yours down. Zarakis 100 on Salem.
Yep.
Okay.
And Mizrakas.
You better not fail me.
Anyone else placing a bet? Salem, you betting on yourself again?
Myself for the.
Huh?
It will be a losing battle.
Okay.
Salem, take off your chainmail.
The chainmail shouldn't have been on in the first place. So, time
Actually-
to, time
actually,
to roll how many
It
people...
was my only shirt, so it's off.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of bets against you.
Yeah.
Let's see how many of those...
I look towards my comrades and I'm like, really? Do only I have faith in her?
Yeah, I don't even have faith in myself, so.
Shush! You're not a part of this conversation.
hold on. Before the fight starts, I want to call Salem over to the stands. Hello? Is Salem gonna come over?
I'm gonna come over on my winged boots.
He's gonna kind of pat your shoulder and say, "Hey, good luck out there, yeah." And as he does, he's gonna cast Enhance Ability Bull Strength on her.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
In.
Okay.
One.
You just about get away with it.
Okay, can I roll Arcana
Oh,
to
you're all
see what he's doing
staticky.
because I'm standing right next to them?
First of all, roll a perception check to see if you notice it.
Huh?
Roll a perception check to see if you notice him doing it first.
Your mic is just flipping out right now, man.
I
Sorry.
do. I
Yeah, you
do.
notice. So, you know that he's cast some sort of spell.
Yeah, can I do Arcana?
Give me a second to work out some other things.
What kind of bonus
You won't be able
does
to,
that give
you won't be
me?
able to actually
I-
tell.
Advantage on strength rolls, i.e., a punch.
It's magic. That's all you
Yay!
know, Grim. You can't tell what type of magic is. You just know that it's magic. And
Okay.
you see Salem sort of look a bit more buff.
I smirk. I'm like giving him the kind of look like, okay, We're rolling with this.
Okay, just a question. Didn't anybody notice this?
I want to know who's holding the Umber Hulk head.
Me,
They're with me.
I'm holding it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Ready to start?
I also
Just
pet.
calculating the bet.
So
Trial.
Let's not push our luck with more than one of those.
So that-
what? Okay. But it would have not been the same spell.
Can I call Salem over? Or before she's going into...
You're all
I
over
come over.
each other.
I would like to whisper something into her ear.
Okay.
Salem, if you lose on purpose, we can make a lot of money from bets. But you have to tell me if you do it, then I can put our party fund on the other guy. We will be rich.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Are you trying to
I-
rig the game?
I bet 14,345 gold pieces on the channel.
What the fuck?
As I don't approve of this.
So do I.
Do you approve of it or not? 'Cause
No.
it's safe money.
The bet is
I'll lose on purpose.
No, it isn't.
the bet is
No, I absolutely refuse.
Okay, I'm
Don't
I'm
your
gonna-
money on me.
The thing is, you've how are you going to flat out refuse to hit?
I mean,
Hey,
No, I said I said I refuse to let him like bet all of our money on this.
Okay.
okay.
Let's just say
If
it's
you
probably
are
a very
against it,
fair
I won't.
fight.
I won't do it.
Yeah.
But it
I mean,
would have been a lot of money
I could just
for
box
saying.
this whole thing, but never mind.
Alright, so is everyone ready?
I'm being
Ready.
nice.
Okay, so starting is Raled. He's got. So give me a second. So
But if I
wait,
feel like
Hold on.
I'm gonna lose all my money, I am going to botch it.
Okay, I'm gonna bet 100 on Salem.
100 on Salem. Okay. So that's another 100. So that'll be-
What's it called?
You have advantage on all of your attacks. I hope you do well.
that
I
is
look-
true.
So
I look
I'll
at-
say how much was totally bet now from what was rolled. So
I look at Fendel. I'm like, finally, someone has some confidence in her.
You only have confidence in me because I did the crap out of you.
No, I know her, so just do your job.
Winning is about the numbers party.
that's how much would be worth.
Well, he just kind of holds a fist out towards. He just holds a fist out towards Arathis.
Yeah, the way we.
I bump it like we got to do it. Like
Okay, so
But-
starting.
Dimitri's gonna move over to about here. Just kind of
Okay.
step in the
I
party.
am moving to here. Fuck this.
He's going to move here and hold his attack. He's going to hold his attack until you get
Oh,
right next
no.
to him.
Oh no.
Your turn.
Go into a frenzy age.
Okay.
To him because he's holding.
You don't know that. You just see him stand there with his fists up.
Hold an attack there, Salem. Wait.
No, you can't give her out from this. She
because
doesn't
I'm
know that
next
he's
to
holding
her.
it. Yeah, but she doesn't know he's holding an attack.
I know, but I'm telling her. But like, stay there. Wait for him. Let him come to you. I'm not telling her that.
That's honestly that's just
If
good
she does
combat
that- if
advice
she-
in general.
Run
If
in
she
head
does
first.
that though, her oh no, her range won't end unless she doesn't take damage next turn. Never mind.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you can say her rage. Like, wait, hold on, because his rage would also be affected if he doesn't attack either, though, wouldn't it?
I don't think he went
if they
into
don't-
a rage.
If they don't take attack or damage.
Okay, so
I
I'm just gonna go for it.
Like lasting
Okay.
for an entire.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna hit him.
well, first,
Honestly-
first he gets his attacks against you.
Wait, hold on. Let me clarify something real quick. Did Salem open the fight by raging?
No. Yes, he did. She did.
If you didn't attack him, no. You said the king did. I was gonna say, Salem, if you didn't rage and you just did nothing this turn, he loses one of his rage uses.
Mhm.
Like that ends instantly.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just say, "No, I'm not gonna rage this turn. I'm just gonna wait and let his rage burn out for
She's
now."
already- she's
and
already
then that
raged.
way-
She already said she raged.
You should have known how your abilities fucking work. Mm.
So he gets
Well,
his
we-
2 attacks on you. So there's the first, and there's the
If I don't-
second. So the first one hits. That's 9 reduced to
4.
4. So you take 4 damage. And the second one misses.
And I'm gonna take my 3 on him.
Yes, you do. So that's a miss. That's a
Wait, she
hit.
has advantage, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, she gets advantage. So first one hits.
Second one definitely.
Cool.
hits then.
No, the first one hits. That is the first roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Second one will
Yes.
hit. See if you can roll a critical though. No. And your third attack. 12. What's your other roll, just in case? Yeah. So
18.
all 3
So
hit.
all 3 hit. Plus
Plus 7. So that's
Oh.
9.
Oh, do you have
2 plus
do you-
7.
Do you have Tavern Brawler?
I don't know what the. I don't.
Oh, it's punch deal plus your strength. If you don't have Monk or Tavern Brawler.
I let them. I do half a D2. Like I do a D2 plus strength because it then makes it go a bit quicker. So that's 4 reduced to 2 plus 7, so that's 9 reduced back to 4. Okay, roll damage on the second. So that's another.
That's another
Same.
4.
3. Fuck's sake, you stupid laptop. Okay, and the
Okay.
last one. It's also 4. Because 8 reduced is to 4. So basically, hits do 4 damage. Got that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is going to. Let's see. He
Do I be a nice
will-
doing this? Do I?
We should have fixed the match.
I'm going to botch it. It's in a bit.
Mhm.
And
So, can we actually just?
me.
So he's
Which
going
way
to
are
make
you
his 2
watching it?
attacks.
Yeah, they both got the idea. It was easy to announce the outcome of the game. Well, not the game, the match.
Of those hit.
Yeah.
Okay, he is. So he's going to roll damage on both of those. So that's 6 damage total.
Okay.
Can I,
do.
Billy,
Yeah.
how much does this champion have health?
You don't know.
Oh,
You can PM me because I'm just
Nope.
wondering.
I would like to whisper something to.
Whose mic is
Oh,
going crazy?
Really?
Billy, your mic is flipping the fuck out.
Sorry. So
What are you run-
he is
are
then
you
going
running
to
like a-
spend.
Are you just running a copper cable against the thing?
No.
the hell is
I got my
happening?
Thing wrong. He's then going to spend 2 intoxication points. 1 to use a disengage and go back here. The other one is to gain temporary hit points. And that will end his turn.
Going to move over there, and I'm going to lean in and try and bite him.
Okay, roll an attack.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, that
Like,
misses. Would a bite be strength?
Yeah, I think.
12. So
Any unarmed strike, yeah.
You can see the
that's
what's it called?
12.
You can see the little creature nobbling on his net leg.
That hits.
And then
Yep, second one hits. And the third one's a critical.
okay, so then I roll D4s like always for a bite.
For the bite, I think wouldn't it just be a standard D4 on a bite?
Oh,
Yeah, it'd be piercing damage.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
11 piercing damage.
Hang on, reduce
Another
to
11.
5. No, that's only on the bite. You only get to bite once.
Okay.
Hang on, so that was reduced to 5. The second one is 4. And the third is another 4 damage.
Another 4.
Okay. So he is
Yeah.
going to.
Okay, I'm going to decide to botch this now.
What do you mean?
I'm going to, on him, because I'm nice, even though I bet against her, going to use Empowered Axie on him from here.
So
See if
what's
I
the
can.
save?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, and what's the DC?
Save, which is my save is just
Fails.
14. So he's now under my control and
Okay.
dealt. And when it ends, so I'm going to make him trip on a stone and fall prone.
Can we see if we notice that he casts a...
Yeah, make a.
Yeah.
You've got to
No,
make a
yeah.
sleight of hand check first.
Yeah.
Bear in mind now, people are being more perceptive now. There's an actual thing going on. You get caught. You notice, yeah, because it's now actually within a battle. There are people that are being a lot more observant. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen as you go to cast. The little halfling, the Irish halfling's hand, grabs your wrist, calls forth a guard, and you get escorted back to the cells.
Mm.
And he's then going to make his 2 attacks. Hang on, let me check something. Actually,
Guys,
he's going
Sorry,
to use. First of all, let me actually scroll to the right section of him. It's not that one. So he's going to spend another intoxication point, and he's going to attempt to grapple you.
Okay.
So it would be his athletics to your acrobatics.
Say again?
You've got to roll an acrobatics to try and avoid it. And he's got advantage because of the intoxication point he spent. I should let you know. I'll just let you know what he uses. He uses something called Bear Grab. So 10 because it's a dex based. So yeah, you're now grappled. And that so that's his action. He is then going to. Yeah, that's going to be his turn. So it is your turn, and you are currently grappled.
Billy?
Yeah?
Sorry, my sister just called me. I have to actually bring her the car I bought from my parents.
Yep, that's fine. Well, once this is finished, we'll be ending anyway.
Yeah. Just one thing before I go. Can I make an attempt to stealthily cast Bane on Salem
Sleight
to
of
fix
hand
the
check.
match? Yeah. Wait a sec. Sleight of hand. Where was that? There.
Can I distract people? Well, I don't know.
There's not enough people. There's way too many people. No. What? Just do me a favor, and what were you going to try and cast?
Bane,
Bane.
which I'm going to cast it.
Well, you're not going to cast it. You're also going to get caught and sent to the cells.
Fuck.
There are a lot of people there. Some of them aren't there to watch the fight. Some of them are to watch for people trying to fix the match.
I should have myself attempting that.
So you are also escorted to the cells.
Okay. So I'm
You're
probably
gonna punch
not going
both
to
of
see
you
the
for getting
money.
arrested.
One of them just tried to sabotage Salem.
But they don't know that.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to do this.
So, roll for. So you're now grappled. Which, if I pull up
So-
the conditions.
See you next week.
Yep. See you next week. So, being grappled. Let me check what it does. I've got it up here. I should have anyway. Yeah. So, your speed becomes 0, and fuck.
That's pretty much it, honestly. There's not a huge amount of like disadvantage to it.
Yeah. Well,
him
basically,
again.
you're grappled. So you're gonna try and hit him again.
Again.
Yep.
Fingers off.
I would say because of how small you are and the fact of like you being grappled by someone who's like twice your size. Just do
Twice my
straight
size?
rolls. But either way, that one hits.
Oh.
Hello. I said that one hits.
Before you. Oh.
Roll damage on that attack. So that's 4 more damage. Okay, roll for your second attack. Also hits. Roll damage. I don't. There's no point rolling damage. It's 4 damage each time, even after it's been halved. And roll for your third.
The 10.
That one misses. That one just about misses. Yes,
How
even though it's a +7 overall, it still misses. So he is now going to. Here's something funny that he can do. He is going to use. He's actually going to throw you like a weapon because he can do that. So actually, no, that's
Okay.
just stupid.
I
He's
told
just
you
gonna, he's just
guys.
going to punch you. While you are grappled, he's just going to punch you. So there's the first. There's the second. They both hit. So you take a total of 6 damage again. Salem. Yeah, 6 damage. It's your turn.
Going to punch him in one of his eyes and try to blind him.
Okay, I would say roll with disadvantage because of how tall he is, but because of your buff, just do a straight roll.
Grappling me, would I be able to reach him?
Possibly not, but because of the height difference, even if you could, and it's classed as an aimed shot, like it's classed as an aimed attack, so you get disadvantage from that anyway. So just do a straight roll 4, which misses.
Just gonna punch him now.
Okay.
How many guards looking off cells were in?
Well, there was 2 guards on each of you, and they stayed stationed outside of your cells, staring at you.
For those two.
Yeah, roll for your other 2 attacks.
Damn, I was gonna try
An
and
8.
probably bad idea.
Miss.
Another 8.
Miss.
Alright.
I was
So,
gonna try and
Yeah.
convince them. I was gonna try and convince one. If there was only one looking after us, I'm gonna try and convince him to let me out.
No, there's 2 on each of you, so there's 4 guards watching the 2 of yours. So he's going to make his other two more attacks. That's a crit and a 13. So the first one hits.
And my armor.
Ah, the armor's not there though, is it?
Hey,
don't
you
have
have
your
been
armor on
counting-
right now.
You have been counting your unarmored defense though as a barbarian, right?
Yeah, that's why it's a 15 to hit. So you take 10 reduced to 5.
What is
Because-
Salem's dexterity?
Is 13.
So that's
Plus
+1.
1. And your constitution?
Constitution is plus.
Plus
Alright.
what?
Plus 2.
Yeah, so that's should be right. It doesn't matter. So that was the crit. So that's his turn. So it's your turn again.
Punch him again.
Roll for it. Miss.
And that's a 12.
And
1.
a clear miss. So roll damage on the middle one. So that's another 4. I don't know why I keep telling you to roll damage. Because all you've got to do is hit and it does 4 damage. So it's his turn again. So it's basically just punches going back and forth, isn't it? He's literally holding you with one arm, punching you with the other. So he gets his 2 attacks. Both of them hit. So that's another 6 damage.
Turn.
I've just thought I haven't been adding his rage damage at all.
Thank God.
I'll remember to add his rage damage from now on. In fact, I will put that in the thing so that it will automatically add. So plus his 2 for his rage. So from now on, you'll also have
Also
his
break-
rage damage.
Is grapple?
To break his grapple,
Acrobatics again?
it's contested strength checks, which he gets advantage for because of the intoxication point he spent earlier. So both of us get to
Says
roll
the-
advantage. So roll a strength check. Got to beat 15. 21. Yeah, you break
Rage-
out of it.
She also has HP.
Yeah, because we
Um,
get advantage for strength checks anyway as when raging. So
Yeah.
Oh, also, Salem use athletics there.
She doesn't need to
I think my athletics is terrible. 5.
so
I
yeah,
was
it's the same thing.
incorrect. Can I do anything else since I broke?
You
think
still
so,
have your
huh?
bonus action to have an attack with. So you get one more attack.
Oh.
Hello, you get one attack for your bonus action, remember?
I was asking, do you know when he cast that thing earlier, he made him fall over? Is he
It didn't
still
work.
prone?
It didn't work. He got caught. 15, yep, so that's another 4 damage. He's going to take his 2 attacks against you.
That hit.
So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, reduced to 7
It's
total.
13, 14.
Yeah,
Then
7 total.
it's me down to
Okay, and it's your turn.
I'm just gonna keep hitting him.
Yep, you've
I'm
got
not
3
gonna-
attacks. Hit, so I'll take the 4 of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second one misses.
An 8. Advantage on these ones?
Oh shit, yeah, on the other 2 you get advantage, so roll again for the other 2. Well, yeah, it still misses. And one more. So you get one more hit on it. Okay, so
Is,
that
there's
would be...
that.
I've took it off already.
Okay.
So, here's 2 more attacks. Both of them hitting. Roll damage, you stupid laptop. There we go. So that's 8 on the first. 6 on the second.
Okay.
So that's another 12. Not another 12, so that's another 14 reduced to 7.
hit points.
You're at what?
I'm at 13.
It's close. Okay, what are you trying to do, Grim?
Graham, you mix muted. You've muted this entire time. Grim, your mic's muted. Grim. He's muted.
Grim, PM me what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Yes.
What are you trying to do?
Blindness / deafness.
Where are you? So you
Right
said you were
there.
standing there.
Right next to us.
Right next to them.
Okay, hang on. You wouldn't be right there already. You would still
No,
be at the
I've
other end of the
moved.
thing. Yeah, but you would still be at the other end of the thing, and you can't really fly over the crucible with this. You would get
No,
get caught for just trying to fly over the crucible in the first place.
I've moved just around it.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't get there already. You wouldn't be that far already from where you were.
I was moving the entire time.
All right, whatever. So blindness or deafness? Which one are you casting? Blindness or deafness?
Blindness.
Okay. What's the save? Just press the spell for me.
Okay. I'm casting this at level 2.
Doesn't matter what
Oh.
level you cast it at. The effect still stays the same.
There you go.
So I've got to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god.
Which as with the level 1 barbarian, he gets proficiency in. What's the DC?
My DC.
Yep,
sorry.
spell save DC.
15.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yes.
Okay. And it's back. It's so who made the last attack? So it's Salem's turn to attack.
I'm not gonna know that he's
He's not blind. It didn't work.
between the legs.
You go into what?
Kick him in the balls.
Okay, roll an attack.
10.
Yep. So you kick him in the balls, all right?
That.
And then it will.
Yeah.
Do I get?
Yeah, you'd get
Yeah.
advantage. So roll again, see if you can fix that one with
Meh.
advantage. And then the third, roll again for your third. Yep, the other two miss.
Okay, well,
Yeah, at
Try.
least you kicked him in the balls. Fuck, he misses his first. But he hits on the second. He takes 4 damage. What you at, Salem?
again.
What you at? Okay, he's also going to use his Stoned Endurance, which is a bonus action. Actually, no, he can't do. Yeah, he was. No, he's not. That's the wrong thing. He's going to spend his last intoxication point. Oh no, he's got 2 more. So yeah, he's going to spend his last 2 to use disengage again to just sort of move out the way a bit, and also gain temporary hit points. So it is now your turn.
Perfect.
He's still
I'm
it's just
going-
he had to spend an intoxication point. He had to spend at least 2 of them in order to be able to get the temporary hit points. So he used disengage in order to do it. So it is your turn.
Where he is. And Grim, stop casting
Grim.
things!
You've now been arrested.
Eh,
You have now
I'm
been
going
arrested.
I'm going to get out of here and all of you will have been arrested. No!
The cleric is safe.
Sorry, I'm back. What's
Can
that?
you go and retrieve them?
You've just been arrested
What for?
for failing the sleight of hand check.
The Sleight of hand.
I didn't do that. Wait.
You pressed it.
No, fuck. It was the glass. It wasn't me.
Doesn't matter. You've been arrested. The roll's been made. You've been arrested.
Okay, I'm going. Him.
Hit him. Okay, with advantage, remember. Okay, first one misses. Second one
15.
hits. See if you can roll for a critical. Nope. So, and then your third attack. See if you can roll for the make it a critical. Yeah. So, that's fine. It is his turn.
Both of them
He's
hit.
going to take his 2 attacks. I've already took the damage off. Don't worry.
Hooray.
A hit.
8 plus 7, so that's 7 total damage. It is now your turn.
Mm.
Okay,
And
first one
that
misses.
doesn't hit.
Okay, see if you can roll for a critical. Okay, so the second one hits. He is going to. Okay, and roll to see if you can actually hit him. One more roll with it. Okay, so 1 hits. He's going to use his Stone's Endurance, which just with the Constitution modifier reduces it to 0. To not take any damage from that round.
Fuck!
And he's going to hit you twice more, seeing that you are weak.
To 0.
8 more damage.
Didn't even need to roll damage. That was mean.
I told you it was going to be a close battle. Do you want to know how many hit points he had left? He had 4 left. If he didn't use his Stone's Endurance, that Stone's Endurance was the only thing that kept him alive. That's why I used it when I did, because he was 1 hit away as well. And with that, everyone, that is going to end this session of Dungeons and Dragons. I will tell them what their winnings were, because they've won a decent enough amount.
Before we end, I want to go to the jail and retrieve the boys.
Oh, you don't know where they are. You were too busy fighting.
Oh fuck, you're right.
So all you know is that they just disappeared. And we will pick up with where we left off next week. This has been an amazing episode. I am so glad that we decided to actually just go with an RP-based one. The next one, we should hopefully start the next proper trip in the journey. I hope you everyone enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.